All right, so immediately it looks like we get a look at what seems to be an Drake or something from the first game. Might be some online play here. Going through Batal region, got some Griffin, some rainy weather. Nadini, of course. This all looks in-game too. None of it looks like it's in a cutscene quite yet, except maybe for that part. Here we have the Arisen and the weapon swap. So that's what's unique about this game here. The weapon swap is coming in. The vocation swap, the Mystic Spear Hand from the Sorcerer. Come on, swapping into the Thief with what looks like Holy Affinity. Got some Magic Archer into a Warrior. Okay, all right. This explains a lot. This explains a lot. I'll get into it. Into the Archer. Okay, Magic Archer. Doesn't look like hybrid and basic vocations are really linked as far as the weapon swap goes. We got Sorcerer into a Warrior again. Okay. We got, this looks like Mage or Sorcerer into Magic Archer. Dark Bishop is back. Then our pawns are wailing away at air. Okay, we got Archer, we got Warrior. Oh, that's such a good move. Woo, is looking good. This is looking good. No Misignite yet, but... Oh my goodness, I want to fight that. I want to fight that. Alright, now what? Oh, Evil Catman! Alright, this is a complete game. This is going to work. This is going to work. Okay, so real quick little breakdown. We got right here. This is 100% what looks to be a darker dragon of some kind. We got the wounds around it. It's flying in from the rift. This looks exactly like the Dragon from Dragon's Dogma 1. Maybe some online play, maybe some cooperative play. Not really sure, but if we fast forward just a little bit, here he is flying in again. And then we have him, what looks to be like in a Blue Moon Tower sort of scenario here. There's rift stuff all around. This could also be in the Everfall. It's really hard to tell. But this almost looks like a mix between an Dragon and Daemon just because of how flat the snout is. Could be the new, this could be the new design from the Drake coming in. It's really hard to tell. But anyway, that's the main new monster that we have. And then we go into Drake. Going to Drake combat. Here is what's really interesting is that we have the Sorcerer put down some sort of debilitation field, maybe some Dark Affinity into the Mystic Spear Hand. There isn't really any Holy Affinity quite yet, but as he swaps into the Thief, there is. So I'm not sure if this is like if a swap applies the different affinities or anything, but could be the case. There doesn't seem to be any pattern as far as the vocation swaps go. That's like 4 different... How many different ones is that? Okay, so we have Thief, we have Magic Archer, into Warrior, into Archer, back into Magic Archer. Okay, so that's 3. That's 3 total right there. And I have an idea of how they could implement this as well. We have Sorcerer into Warrior. So that's 2. These moves also are just so weighty. This is going to feel so good. We got Sorcerer or Mage into Magic Archer here. Into Mystic Spear Hand. Okay, so that's 3 again. Got Archer. That's a separate Warrior clip. That Warrior clip is freaking great. Okay. The rest of it looks like stock standard gameplay. Okay, so this explains a lot. This explains a lot, especially since there's a sheath button. I know a lot of people are complaining about there being a sheath button, at least in my comments. Oh, you know what? He runs in with the Holy Affinity on his Thief. So maybe it carries over into the weapon swap. So he starts Thief, goes to Sorcerer. So that's 2. Goes to Mystic Spear Hand. That's 3. Then he goes back to Thief. That's 3 again. It's 3 total, I mean. Then explodes. Dude, that is just such a nice combo. Can we just appreciate? We got a counter onto the Warrior. That looks sick. Tell you what, there's been a lot of drama going around with 30 FPS. Dude, I don't care anymore, okay? First of all, the 30 FPS thing is no sources. And second, You're really going to say 30 FPS isn't worth this? Like, even if it does happen, like, come on, guys. Okay, so far what I'm getting from this is that we have three different vocation swaps, and this is easily accomplished if you make the sheath. If you make the sheath option in game, if you allow players to hold down L2, for example, and then press L1 or R1 to sheath weapon and then swap to another vocation. Very easy way to do this. I played a game called Xenoblade 3 that did the same thing between all of its characters. You could have 6 characters in your party, and the way you would swap is by holding, I think it's ZL with L or R. So you would hold down the back left button and then swap with the front left and right button between the characters. You could do the same exact thing with vocations here, and it wouldn't really trade off anything bad as far as the gameplay goes. So holy moly, vocation swaps. This is going to be huge. All right, so that was my initial reaction to everything. I did not know whenever I recorded that there was actually an update to the website. So under the action section, you can see what that vocation swap was. It was actually the new Wayfarer vocation. It's a new vocation exclusive to the Arisen. So if we look at my vocation chart that I'm going to have up here in the real video, that little empty space that I made, it seems like this is where that would go. It's exclusive to the Arisen, of course, because it's like a hybrid of literally everything. And it can learn different skills from each vocation. You can use diverse weapons. You can cross vocational boundaries. You know, pretty much pick any amount of vocations that you want. And there you go, right in to your kit. Here you can see an archer with the thief daggers, with the sorcerer's staff. Seems like there's 3, like we mentioned there in the actual preview, because we got a bow, we have a mystic spear hand, duo blade, and then we have what looks to be a sorcerer's staff or scepter or whatever. We got, let's see, a scepter. We got, looks like a giant sword and a censer for the trickster. And then we have daggers for thief. We have a giant hammer for warrior, and we have mystic spear hand there in the back. We also have these characters here. You can see that you'll encounter vocation meisters who've mastered their chosen vocation to the fullest. Deepen your relationship with a meister, gain their approval. You can gain access to their vocation. So it looks like they draw off of different characters in the actual game world. And I think I read this here. Yeah, the Wayfarer's lower base stats require them to utilize the situational strengths of each different weapon types. So this will be less about individual strength and more about what weapon is best for the different circumstance that you find yourself in. So that explains the weird little, the weird stat growth that we've been seeing. There's also been some changes here under system. We have the Dragon's Plague, which is that dark kitty that we saw. It's a contagious disease, infects pawns as they travel between worlds. Okay, this could be what explains what explains the pawn's behavior whenever they're in Bitter Black Isle or something like that from the first game. Pawns with the disease said to display remarkable performance, conspicuously bold in their speech and behavior. When the symptoms of Dragon's Plague reach terminal stage, result in a devastating calamity, but the veracity of those claims is unclear. So this could be like a different way for the pawns to gain sentience and a will of their own, if you recognize the story from the first game, albeit in a more dark way. So maybe this is how Damon got his thing going on with his pawn or something along those lines. I wouldn't be surprised if they're linked. But if you look over here in characters as well, this has been updated. This is one of the meisters that we took a look at. He has long served the fortress village of Melv, which is where we first learn of our memories as Arisen when we fight the dragon and some of the gameplay. Exceptional swordsmanship and leadership skills. So this might be like the fighter vocation that you learn as far as getting the Wayfarer vocation going. And he's kind of retired, but his skills are still there, it looks like. We got Sigurd. This looks different than the guy that we saw waving the sword around in one of the trailers, but this looks like a mystic spear hand. Quiet man, inquisitive blind, constantly trains. Obsessed with the extermination of dragonkind and wanders the world in pursuit of dragons. Interesting. So he's like a dragon slayer. And then you have Luz or Luz or something. Oracle, Trickster, Meister. Vermundian Court, Oracle, and Trickster Meister. So this confirms that the Trickster is not exactly exclusive to the Batal region, but instead can also be used while in Vermund, which was something that I did not know but I guess would make sense if someone makes a journey and then comes back. If it's still in Batal, that was more of a speculation on my part, but now it seems it's confirmed that Vermundians can also be tricksters. So very interesting news. Again, thank you guys for watching. Check out the website. There's a lot of new stuff on here. And with that, I will see you guys next time.